up? We're back. Is it safe? Is it safe for passport bros? Is it safe for passport bros? What do you think? Do you think that it's dangerous? Do you think that more should be done by these countries to make sure that the passport bros are safe? Give me your opinion in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? Robberies, drugging. Is it safe? Should more be done to protect the passport bros? What do you think? Do you think that these countries, you think Colombia, do you think Brazil, Peru, uh, all these countries, do you think that they need to do more to protect the passport bros? Do you think more needs to be done? There've been a lot of cases lately of brothers getting dosed, getting drugged with scolapine or whatever. I can't pronounce the name. It's scolapine. They're getting drugged and robbed, kidnapped, and I think that more should be done to protect these guys because let's face it, the passport bros are bringing in tourist dollars, tourist dollars to these countries. They're spending money in these hotels. They're spending money on food. They're spending money on drinks and alcohol. They're spending money on their local hotels and lodgings. They're spending money on transportation and vehicles. They're spending money in these countries, and more should be done to protect the passport bros. Their tourism is a benefit. If you go somewhere and your goal is to sleep with the women, whether it's your goal is to find a relationship and a marriage, or your goal is just to hook up and sleep with the girls, women, I mean, either way, you're still bringing tourist dollars into that country. How much money? How much money does Passport Bros bring into these countries? I would think that possibly Passport Bros brings in at least 4 or 5 million dollars into a local economy just by traveling and buying the foods, the transportation, the lodging, hotels, Airbnbs, and the alcoholic drinks and whatever else they spend on while they're there. They're bringing money into these local countries, so they deserve to be protected. And then the police need to do more to investigate these crimes because there'll be less tourist dollars coming in for them. The passport bros, so far, it seems they're not being protected. And I think we have to speak up and let them know that this is unacceptable, that we need protections for these travelers. We need to make sure that they're protected. What do you think? What do you think? Anybody in the chat, give me your opinion. Do you feel like these countries should do more to protect the passport bros? Do you think that they are not respecting their travel dollar? They're not respecting the passport bros by making more protections for them, making sure that the person or people that are that are culpable in these robberies and these druggings are brought to justice. What do you think? Do you feel like that there is justice for these passport bros in these situations, in these robberies, and these kidnappings, and all this crazy stuff going on? Do you think that there has been justice served in these situations? And another question, in these robberies and dangerous actions going on in these countries, what more can be done? Is there anything else that can be done? Is there anything else that can be done? Is there anything else that could be done to protect the passport bros? What could be done to stop these robberies? What can be done to stop these druggings? What can be done to make sure these brothers are safe as they travel? What can be done on our end? But I would also say, what could be done from these countries who enjoy our tourism dollars? They say that Black America has a spending amount of 2 trillion a year. 2 trillion a year. So if some of those guys are going out to these other countries, there's at least 1 to 5 or 6 million dollars in tourism dollars that is coming into play for these countries. They should respect that dollar and know that they have to protect these guys. It has to go down. The tourism dollar from Black America is huge. The tourism dollar from Black America is huge. Big money. Why are the passport bros not protected? That is not logical. That is not the way things should go. We need to have some explanations. We need to hear how these countries plan on making their countries safer for passport bros. We need to find out what they can do to make these countries safer when the tourist dollars come their way. They're getting something out of this too. Trust and believe. It isn't a situation where, oh, the passport bros are just coming in taking their women. No. They are getting economic benefits out of the passport bro movement. Don't let them fool you. There are so many ways that even setting foot in those countries benefit those countries with their tourism dollars. That's what's going on. When Passport Bros started, it was first women locally complaining about Passport Bros. Now there are setups going on, robberies going on, drugging going on. What can be done to make sure these brothers are safe? Let me know what you think should be done. If you know of any answers, please drop it in the comments in the live stream. If you come in the room, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. We have to understand that there's a reason why the passport bros are leaving America and going abroad. There's a reason why they're looking for mates overseas. And the modern women of today are very unappreciative. They're very selfish. And a lot of women from other countries are a lot more submissive, a lot more agreeable, cooperative, easy to get along with. That's what's going on. But as in life, when you get past one circumstance or you get past one problem, another problem rears its head. And now, unfortunately, the passport bros are actually getting robbed and set up. They're actually getting into those situations now. That's unfortunate, but how do we stop it? How do we stop it? How do we stop these robberies, these thefts, these kidnappings, and these dangerous situations going on in these countries? What can we do to stop these situations from happening? Can private security, is private security an answer? Private security. Is private security an answer to stop these robberies from taking place? Is it feasible for passport bros to hire private security? Is it too expensive? Is there any way that it can be not as expensive? Is there any way that the content creators that are passport bros can make a joint venture with the local security forces, local security teams, that they can get a discount for doing security for the passport bros when the passport bros come to that country? Is it a possibility that that could happen? Is it a possibility that there could be private security to protect the passport bros some kind of way? Do you think that's a possibility? What do you think? Do you think that's a possibility? Is there a way that we can protect the passport bros? Are there any other ways? Any other ways to protect the passport bros? Yes, I know that a lot of places have cameras, but are there enough cameras, or do the police take these situations seriously in these countries? Are you just looked at as a gringo that's using that country, sleeping with their women? Can that happen? Is there a way to protect these guys? Is there a way that we could say to make it a little safer to get to these countries and to have private security or to have some form of protection? As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button as you come into the room. What do you think? Is private security the answer? Do you think that appealing to these government agencies, do you think that will help keep the passport bros protected? What do you think? Will that help? Do you think there's any way that passport bros to switch up the way they're traveling? Is there a change that they can make them to get more safer, to get more safe in their travels? What can be done? What do you think can be done? Because it seems like this problem is getting worse. I'm hearing more and more stories of brothers getting drugged and robbed in these countries, and it's disturbing. It seems to be getting worse, and it seems to be a way we need to find a way to protect these brothers. They are our brothers. So how can they be protected from these situations? What can be done to keep them protected? Is there any way that we can do anything, or are our hands tied? Are our hands tied just because it's nothing that can be done? Can the passport bros find a way to travel these countries in a safer way? Is there a safer way to make sure you won't get robbed? Not just making sure that nothing gets mixed in your drink. Even in the States, your rules definitely should be if you're in a club, if you're in a strip club, and you step away from that drink, that should be it for that drink. You don't want to use to have a drink that you haven't been with where anybody could have slipped something in it. That's one way to look at it. But also, you have to be very wary of dealing with these women. It seems that there's a lot going on in these countries, and these people are thirsty and hungry, and they're willing to do what it takes to get this money. And you have to be very careful of what you do, and who you do it with, and who you talk to, and who you tell your business to, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on out here. Well, look, it looks like it's about that time. I'm about to wrap it up. Anybody that came through, I appreciate it. And remember, fellas, as always, it's a stick up. Peace. I'm out of here.